Time. None of us has enough of it, but we are required to use it wisely. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 time saving hacks for when you work at home. You've probably heard that readers are leaders, and I happen to believe this. And so every single day, I do try to consume a book, not a whole book, but a portion of a book. One of the ways I'm able to do that effectively is really to listen to audiobooks, because with audiobooks, I can listen to them whilst I'm working out. I can listen to them while I'm cooking. I can listen to it whilst I'm doing some work that doesn't involve me using my whole brain, right? Okay, so listening to audiobooks. Now, one of my favorite apps for listening to audiobooks is Scribed. Actually, it's my favorite app for listening to audiobooks. You can try Scribed for 60 days for free. I'll leave it in the link below. But yes, I'm able to consume a lot of books during a year because I listen to audiobooks using Scribed, and I just fit it into my day whilst I'm doing other activities. I couple that with listening to these audiobooks and saves a lot of time. The second hack I'll talk about is waking up a little bit earlier than my family. I'm not a super early riser. I tend to wake up between 6 and 7 a.m. And usually that is enough time between 6 and about 8 a.m. Usually enough time for me to have my quiet time in the morning, to pray in the morning, to get some exercise in, sometimes to write and create content. So waking up an hour or even 2 hours earlier than my family is super helpful to me. Now, I'll be totally honest with you that sometimes this doesn't work because I have a child who has supersonic hearing and will wake up in the morning when I wake up because, I don't know, he feels like I'm up, so he needs to be up. The third time hack I'm going to share with you is turning off all notifications on your phone. My husband used to have all his notifications on and he used to drive me crazy. So one day I just took his phone and turned off a lot, not all of them, a lot of his notifications. And why is that? Because every time you have notifications on your phone, something comes up on your phone, you are tempted to go look at it. You are tempted to pick it up and respond to whatever it is. And there is research that shows that every time you distract yourself from the work that you're doing, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to get back to that point of focus that you had before you got distracted. And so I try to limit distractions a lot. And this little device here is like the biggest distraction of this generation. So I have turned off all notifications on my phone, to my social media apps, to messaging apps. I've turned it all off. And if there is an emergency, I'm going to find out about it. That's not the point. I do check my phone, but I'm not going to allow notifications to kill my productivity. Hack number 4 is realizing that done is better than perfect. And ever since I became an adult, I was going to say mom, but then I realized as an adult, I just realized that sometimes done is better than perfect, right? So I had to organize my home office a few weeks ago, and there were different things I wanted to do in the home office. And I realized that if I wait, I will never get it done. So I just organized it with whatever I had. I put things away, I cleared up, and it ended up looking good. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't to the place I would love it to be, and eventually it's going to get there, but I did get it done. So realizing that done is better than perfect is such a freeing mindset, because then it helps you focus on the things that do matter, the things that do move the needle ahead, so that you can actually get ahead. 5 is outsourcing things. And I am not very good at that. That's something I'm not very good at. But more recently, I have been getting help with somebody helping me with even some of my social media content, helping me with editing of my podcast, helping me with scheduling the podcast. And that has been a great help. And outsourcing doesn't only have to do with business. It could be even in your home, outsourcing the cleaning, having somebody come in a week or every other week to clean your home, having somebody who will babysit. Like, having help is so important, and it's not so easy because in a lot of cultures we're taught that if you're going to do it well, you have to do it yourself, and I don't know where that mindset is from, but I find that it's not true. If somebody can help me and then save me time so that I can put it towards other activities where my strength lies, then I'm going to do that. Okay, and you can do that, and it doesn't have to be huge things. You don't have to be super rich to be able to do this. You don't have to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and have a butler at home, but having help will save you a lot of time. Time hack number 6 is having a calendar that you put everything on. And when I talked in my video about having a productive summer, I talked about the fact that Google Calendar and my paper calendar, or my paper planner, are my best friends. Okay, for Google Calendar, I make sure to put all my meetings and appointments, and then for my paper planner, I put in the tasks that I'm supposed to do in a specific day. And then as I go through my day, I cross those things out that I have done. And so having that organizational system, and trust me, I have friends who are way more organized than I am. They have like monthly goals, yearly goals, like quarterly goals. Those people are super amazing. I do have those things as well, but I'm just not as organized. Anyway, having this on a calendar is super helpful because it reminds you that you need to get these things done. You don't miss things, and things are done in a timely fashion. Time hack number 7 is planning your week on Sundays. Now, I will sometimes even do this on Saturday. So the planner that I have is such that you can actually set goals for every single week. You can put down what you want to do, who you need to email, what you need to buy, what you need to eat. And so having a planner like that is super helpful for me because it gives me an overview of my week. So before the week starts, before I start putting daily tasks to things, I actually will sit down and plan what I want my week to look like. And that includes content creation. That includes filming videos. It includes doing my podcast. And I put everything on there. And as the week winds down, I can review that plan, see where I am, and make sure to get everything else done before the week is over. Time hack number 8 is having a clean and organized space. I will say that whenever I have a clean and organized space, I'm definitely more productive than when the space is cluttered. And knowing myself, yes, the space gets cluttered very quickly. But one of the things I've learned to do is to generally, in my home and in my home office, to generally have a place for everything. And so I have a place for all the pens, and I'm looking at it right now, all my pens, all my stationery, my headphones. I have a place for my microphone. I have a place for my stickers, my planner. So because I have that general organizational system, it helps me to put things where they're supposed to go. My computer desk is pretty clear. It has mostly my computer and the mice or mouses or whichever one. And that's what sits on my desk. I try to clear my desk so that my desk is clear and I only concentrate on what I need to do on my computer. So having a clean and organized space is really helpful because it really helps you focus on the task at hand. Time hack number 9 is using timers as I work. So I have a Google Chrome extension called Forest, and Forest is really helpful because whilst you're working, you can turn on Forest. It's a Google Chrome extension. When you turn it on, it will actually block your access to Facebook, Twitter, and all these other social media platforms. And within the settings of Forest, you can actually tell it which websites to block you from going, so that whilst you're working, if you're tempted to navigate to those websites, Progress is like your working child. Go back to your work. And I always find that helpful. Also, it's helpful when you want to concentrate on a task for a certain set amount of time. So I'll set the timer for like 45 minutes, an hour. And then during that time, I know number one, first of all, I can't go to any of these other sites that I would rather go and waste time on. But it will also give me the time that I'm doing this work. And it's nice to be able to just focus on one thing for like 45 minutes to an hour and get that task done. And it's amazing what we can get done when we're focused. It's amazing. This last time saving hack is for all my content creators that are watching me right now. So if you're a content creator, then you know that every week you have to come up with content ideas. And so one of the things that I do that saves me a lot of time is to write an idea down when it comes to me. I keep notebooks around the house. When an idea comes to me, I write it down. When I watch somebody else's video that I think I could recreate for my channel, I write it down. When I get an idea for a podcast episode, I write it down. And writing out, sometimes later on, I'll take the notebook and I'll be like, oh, that idea was horrible. But at least I wrote it down, right? If I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. And what if that was like a brilliant idea, or the episode or the video that people love the most? You know what I'm saying? There have been videos like that for me. And so write it down. Don't say, oh, I'll remember it later. Write it down. When you get ideas as you move along the day, write it down. And it's going to save you a lot of time when the time comes for you to brainstorm content, because you're going to have a list of ideas and you can just pick and choose from the list and create something. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below which one of these time hacks resonated. Are you using any of these time hacks? Which time hacks did I not mention in this video that you use? Let me know in the comments below.